I'm going to talk about a book that changed my life when I was like 14. I really want to read it again because it gives so much strength into women, and it really empowers women, and it empowers women to be women. And so I really like that, and it's really encouraging, like, because there's all different kinds of women out there and all different kinds of personalities, but the women characteristics is what I'm focusing on, and how those have kind of been devalued over the years. And so and she just brings to life how valuable these characteristics are. So the book is called Fight Like a Girl by Lisa Bevere. I read it when I was in, I think before high school, and it really changed my perspective on everything. So sometimes I kind of teeter to what is comfortable to me, and then I remember all these strengths about like what she teaches and all the teaching, and it just like really just like gives me so much confidence, and it like helps me so much. And so I really like want to talk about it so bad because it's so near and dear to my heart. So here's a blurb on the book and a little bit about what it's about. Since when has being feminine taboo? Recent trends in image definition have harmed how women perceive themselves and their roles in society. Lisa Bevere helps women restore their confidence, improve relationships, and grow their faith by embracing the differences between the sexes instead of trying to get rid of the differences. So I think that's really cool because you get to embrace all the different parts of people's personalities, which is really, really, really cool. A key is feminine characteristics are strengths, not weaknesses. They're really needed, and in fact, it takes more strength, in my opinion, to express feminine characteristics, especially when it's so hard to in the societies such as the US. Kindness, compassion, nurturing, loving, forgiveness is a feminine trait usually, and it just seems like that's seen as feminine and looked down upon. And so all of these things seem to be weaknesses, but the thing is, it takes real strength to express those. And so I think that's a huge key in realizing that it's definitely those attributes are needed in life. So the masculine role tends to protect the family, protect finances, typically, and lead the structure and dynamic of the family. Women tend to protect family members' hearts and emotional well-being. The well-being of the family and the relationships within the family and without the family, and they support the structure and dynamic of the family. Another key takeaway is that women are not the problem. And so when she talks about how you are not a problem, but you are an answer, that just like helps me realize and shift my thinking, especially when I read this and when I was in high school. You're likely an answer to so many of life's problems that you didn't even know about. In the workplace, at home, with family, with friends, with everything. Like, you have within you like answers. And when you look at it that way, that changes my entire perspective on everything. And so sometimes I just like need to hear that, and I hope other people can hear that as well and see it that way as well, because it changes everything. So you're not a problem. I hope people will help each other in that area. Another key: men aren't the problem, and they can't solve your problems. So women aren't the problem, men aren't the problem, and we can't solve all of each other's problems. So we just gotta problem solve. Realize that a husband isn't your end all be all. Your wife isn't an end all be all. Your spouse is not a prize. We don't complete each other. We definitely are stronger together, but the thing is like, you have to lean on either your beliefs. If you believe in God, you have to have faith, and that is your foundation, and that is what you lean on, and that is how you feed yourself and take care of yourself. Otherwise, whatever you believe, you got to be strong in yourself. You got to be strong in yourself so that you can be able to give life to other people. That's why it's like that's the key, because in like marriage, I really think, and what I'm learning more and more is like, people look at marriage to get and instead of to give, And so like that's when two people are getting married to get instead of to give, then you got major fallout. So that's kind of a key that you need to look at. You need to give in a relationship, and that's what you should be expecting when you get married. So overall, nurturing, compassion, love, these are all strengths, not weaknesses. These tend to be feminine characteristics. So I really, really, really love that this book shows that these types of characteristics should not be looked down upon, but they should be held up in high regard. And so I think that's very cool, and I'm really, really, really appreciate this book, and I'm really, really glad it's out there in the world.